It's now time for our discussion, and our guest is already seated here. As Nanaya said before the break, he's no new face to the table of life. In fact, we have to add him to the host of, of this particular show. But I mean, it's LEKZY DECOMIC. I mean, he's been here several times, and it's amazing to have him once again with some shiny. Can we just see the awards? Award-winning stand-up comedian. Wow!
When I get awards, I room with it.
Wow! That's it. The Raskuku of all comedians. Wow!
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I feel Ghanaians didn't hear much about it. So
Yes.
I need to go around telling them, there's an industry that's actually awarding excellence. So I was able to pick about 3 out of 5 nominations. And my team, Obian Ponsai and I, the other guys, Ojo, Jerry, Kojo PJ, our TV show and our comedy club also won 2 different awards respectively. But these are my personal
awards. Yeah.
And I'm here to actually promote an event and also talk about my...
Yes. I mean, let me see. Comedian of the year, right?
Overall.
Wow. Like comedian of... That is huge. And then
Congratulations.
The other one.
Thank you.
What about, can you turn it so that I see? And then...
Comedy special of the year.
You have good eyes. Look at the distance. Wow. You can easily catch your boyfriend cheating.
Aha. I know you, Gary. So the other one.
That's the stand-up comedian of the year.
Wow. This year really, yes. I mean, you deserve a hand of
You know what? He's one of the comedians that actually like release back-to-back production.
Yeah.
So I'm not surprised that you've
Yeah.
actually bagged all these, and you deserve the comedian.
Funny enough,
of the
I
year.
wasn't expecting it though.
You weren't.
Why?
Yeah, because it's the board votes and the public also gets the chance to vote.
Okay.
And I don't know. I have less expectation for awards because when you go in with so much expectation, you walk home very disappointed, and you don't even feel good about the work you've put in and within the year under review. So I went there just to have fun, perform to the audience because I had a slot to perform. Then my friends all kept telling me, "Yo, Charlie, the year you really work, so you will definitely pick an award or 2."
Yeah.
But among them, is the comedy special that really like gets to me. Because last year when I did campaign message, I don't know, I was here to promote the show.
Yes, yeah.
If you were there at the auditorium, you see that the show was well scripted, well organized. Everything was actually moving at a certain pace.
Yeah.
And even the delivery, myself, I could clearly see that for the many years I've been doing comedy, that was the very day I realized that like I was really going hard. Because looking at the kind of people that even came to watch the diplomats, MPs, like some ministers and all. So it goes a long way to say that whatever I put in there, I earn some reward for it.
Yeah.
So can we say that this particular award system is quite credible?
Oh yeah.
We can say that, right?
Yeah.
Because a lot of people have complained about the other award schemes. So we can say that this one is credible.
Well, to the one who might probably who was maybe expecting to win something would not really buy it. But I've been it's been running for like 5 years. It just got rebranded because they used to merge comedy and poetry together. And now they've tried to distinguish the poetry from comedy. So now it's Ghana Comedy Awards and there was Ghana Poetry Awards. So the first of its kind, that's the Ghana Comedy Awards. I am the first ever. But the stand-up comedy, I won it last year when it was still comedy and poetry.
Poetry, okay.
Awards. And for the past 5 years, I've seen other people win. I kept applauding. I kept giving them their flowers because I knew, a point will come, maybe I'll be highly recognized.
Yeah.
So, yes, this is how far I have come.
You saying that a point will come where you'll be highly recognized. Let me say, this is like the beautiful part of being a comedian, and it's so nice. But then, from where you started entering into this, did you envisage that the comedy industry was going to grow at the pace it took? Did you expect it? And did you see like the future getting to a whole award show for the sector?
Well, I joined comedy because a friend said, "Do enjoy comedy." I didn't know there was an existing comedy industry.
Okay.
He said there was a perception out there that people believe that there are no comedians in Ghana, and even if there were comedians, they were not funny. Then he pushed me in there. But so I was just doing what I need to do and enjoying what I had, like I was doing. And I met my friend Obi Amponsa. Then we realized that if we could push more people and encourage more young ones. So the collective effort that we've put into this whole thing is the reason why we've come this far. If you ask me, we were expecting to get here. Yes, I envisioned something like that, but I didn't think it would have come as quick as it is coming now. Like we touring the world. Like last year, for instance, we played a couple of shows in Africa and went to USA. This year there is we have an European tour. We'll go to Canada, USA, and also we have another one in Britain, like London. We did it. We felt like okay, it will take a while, but we didn't know that the more we put in effort, people will recognize it and feel like, oh, we need to have you guys in our space, and so you can come and entertain us. So this has always been the dream. It can get better. We are far from perfection. I say it is good. We can be better and get to the point where it will be best.
I mean, looking at Comedian of the Year, stand-up Comedian of the Year, just goes to show that undoubtedly you're one of the best comedians in Ghana.
I do my best.
Now, I mean, we've had you guys here talk about the comedy industry, and you've said time and time again how things have evolved. Now, we are in 2024. Do you see that things are going to get way better, way better than last year? What are some of the changes you're looking forward to seeing this year?
It feels good, though. English people interviewing me. Because the three people go like, it's a Jimmy phone, you know, you know, it feels good, like comedian. Okay. Yeah, we are not stopping. It's something we love to do. So we are not stopping anytime soon. And I know, like just as we started 5 years back, it wasn't like this. So we know that in the next 5 years to come, things will get better. I said Ghana comedy will be the first to ever fill the O2 Arena, not the Indigo, O2 Arena, because now comedians are filling the National Theatre. Comedians now are not even popular as some musicians, but they are doing their shows at Snap Cinemas, they are filling it to capacity, National Theatre. And I can tell you for a fact that there are so many musicians who are way popular than some comedians, but they can't man up and say they will do a show at the National Theatre and have people paying 100 cedis to come sit and watch. Comedy is for a certain class of people. So, you know, and the how can we get better? I feel like corporate,
and the changes you're looking forward to.
Corporate Ghana should look at our direction. That is the change I'm looking for. We should get to a point where I don't necessarily have to walk into a certain office and try and entice them to come and invest in our sector. Elsewhere, in other parts of the world, comedy plays a very pivotal role in the entertainment sector. Do you know that comedy is the only art form that gives you the liberty to throw a jab at another, like let's say I work with Metro, I can actually throw a jab at a sister station or a competing station, and nobody, people will allow it to slide, but they'll still laugh at whoever. So if you have a product, you have a company, and you think, okay, this guy has some numbers under his sleeves, how can I use that to boost my brand and boost sales? You can just bring in some comedian, find a beautiful way to actually throw these jabs, make fun of this thing. And for some reason, I can tell you, comedians have been able to mobilize more numbers than some. Imagine, I'm in Ghana here, but I've heard people talk about worry. Worry. I've never been to Nigeria. I've been to Nigeria, but I've never been to worry. I know about worry. I know about Nigeria's roads. I know about Igbo. And it's true. Sometimes the jokes they tell us, come to Nigeria, come to worry. So imagine if there is a product in Ghana here that wants to break into the markets of Nigeria, and I get the chance to perform, and I'm their brand ambassador, and there is a competing brand somewhere in Nigeria. That way, it's our plan to go into their market someday. If I deliberately go there like 2 to 3 times and keep throwing more light on the product that is in Ghana, somebody out of curiosity would want to know, what is this product these comedians keep coming here and they keep telling us about? Indirectly, you are reaching thousands of people, millions of people through just comedy without necessarily paying for ad. You know, just as they've been able to sell Nigeria, worry, and all these things. We can use comedy to do that. So I'm looking at corporate Ghana, and not just corporate Ghana, government as government itself should pay so much attention to comedy. There is something right going on in that sector that I feel they are taking it for granted.
Yeah.
And if help doesn't come as soon as possible, there's an extent I can actually do it with my strength. But it gets to a point you need a certain push. If it doesn't come, you might lose focus. You might lose whatever the drive that actually keeps you going.
Or you jackpot one day and then decide not to come back.
One time last year when we went to America, we went to perform in the comedy club, 90% white. The video is on YouTube, so if you're doing the watching, you can actually go check it out. LEKZY in America. And I was performing, and I can see these white people. I'm like,
We're
this is where I
laughing.
belong, man. Because that minute I realized the talent goes beyond the walls of Ghana. Like I've been limiting myself to the walls of Ghana, thinking, okay, it's just Ghanaians that can relate to the things I tell them.
Yeah.
But there is a bigger world out there that is ready to actually consume what I have.
Yeah.
And so we've had that contemplation before, but if probably we leave, whatever we've built over the years might collapse. We are the reason some of these young folks feel like, okay, we need to continuously do this. When we started, we didn't have so much reference to give to our parents that, that look at. There was KSM and maybe a phrase, powerful. But you couldn't see like a living testimony walking, like somebody walking rich who did comedy, that you can actually tell your parents, because of this gentleman, that's what I also want to do. And so we also want to be here, succeed with this thing, so that people can actually say that, because of OB, because of LEKZY, because of DKB, Foster.
There's so much passion.
You know what? Harriet will be coming in very soon with a Fool in April. But I love the fact that you touched on trying to fill the O2, not the Indigo.
Yeah, no.
O2 is like 20,000 capacity.
Yeah, target the sun. If you are not able to touch it, maybe you reach the
That's good,
stars.
because medical is going to the Indigo. That's like 2,800. But all the comedians can come together and do that. I think one of the sectors that have actually evolved in our era and are united.
So united.
Will be comedians.
Exactly.
We've had the dancers here. We've had musicians here, both gospel, secular. Sometimes they talk about unity, disunity, but for comedy, I can say 100%.
You guys are so together.
So is it that you guys will all come together and embark on that vision to fill the O2, or how are you going to do it? Because I like the vision, but I want to hear how you would love to embark it. And it's 2024. Anything can happen.
Okay.
I know, right?
So when we went to US, I want to make a reference before. Within 1 week, OB and I, one of our guys in US, PK, big shout outs to you. He's in Columbus, Ohio. He announced that, these comedians are in America, and we want to do a show. Within 1 week, we were able to mobilize over 150 people under one roof to come and experience comedy brewed in Ghana. And it wasn't just the Ghanaians. We had Ghanaians dragging along their other nationals also to come and watch.
Yeah.
And that went a long way to tell me that if promoters outside Ghana, they are to pay attention to comedy. That mark they want to actually create elsewhere, aside being in Ghana, will be achieved. The point in comedy is, when I do my campaign message, it is my show, but I still have other comedians coming on board. So if it's DKB who wants to go and fill O2 Arena, definitely he will follow some of us to come and support. I would not even agree that he wants to go to O2 Arena
without you.
Without me. I would find every means to get there and perform. And there's no way he's going to turn me down. So whether we will achieve it collectively or one individual will spearhead it and drag the rest of us along, the agenda, that is what is driving us. We have our differences. It's a human institution. People have their differences. But the goal is to actually make Ghana comedy reach a certain height that a lot of Ghanaians will be very proud of us. So that is the main focus. So O2 Arena is the goal. Whoever takes us there, we will all follow. If it's a collective agenda, we will also do it. So I'm just appealing to those in UK, Europe, America. Maybe 2 or 3 promoters can come together. We pick some of the comic acts like the LEKZYs. We don't care who is joining us. Maybe pick LEKZY, pick Lil Wayne, pick maybe Clemento Suarez, add about 4 stand-up comedians. Likey and the Chichekus probably will do the MC because they are not really good with the stand-up. They are comic actors. Then they will introduce the stand-up comedians to come on stage. So we'll use some to drive, get the numbers. And those who
it's a whole event. It
can
its
happen.
own. It can happen.
Like you can do a skit on stage. Like,
exactly.
Something can happen.
We used to do it back in the day. Say who is who. I don't know how you are, but concert party days.
I remember
when you win.
I'm quite old.
They used to take the drama group and some stand-up comedians, the Bobokala and co, to go entertain Ghanaians outside.
I remember.
The good thing about comedy is you don't even necessarily have to be popular before people come to your show.
Exactly.
Laughter is laughter. If there's a comedian doing a show at AH Cafe, right? Is that the name?
Yeah, that's the name.
Yeah. And you don't even know the person. The fact that you know that there's some humor going to happen over there.
Exactly.
People out of curiosity walk in there and go and enjoy comedy. So when you decide to do the stand-up comedy show and we promote it well, definitely the numbers will come. And the main reason they came there to laugh will be achieved.
Exactly. Now, tell us about A Fool in April.
Okay, so it's a show that I designed. It's a stand-up a comedy club I want to establish. We have one at 2927 that happens every Thursday.
Okay.
And we want to get to the point where when you're at Ablekuma, you are at Tesano, you are at Nima, you are where there should be a certain pub, a certain lounge that from Monday to Monday you can randomly walk into and say, I want to enjoy comedy because there are comedians walking in it. So we are trying to establish comedy clubs all over the country, not just in Accra. I went to Takoradi. We did one. It was amazing. We want to put things together proper. Then we start some so we can unearth new talents there.
Yeah.
So we are starting one at Tesano. I say Tesano, Asalam Down, right behind Happy FM. There is a lounge called OG Plus, Ocean Grill Plus. I'm going to use that opportunity. It's a show I had already organized, but because I won the awards, I want to use this as a thank you event and give my all to anybody that will be coming to experience. So there will be other comedians also coming through to support. Obian Ponsa, my partner in crime. SDK will be there. Ojo will be there. General Entatia will be there.
Wow.
PJ, Papayao, DKB. Like the names. Awele of Choco Trotro fame, they will all be passing through, and it's going for a cool 50 Ghana cedis to come and enjoy. If we do it and it works, we'll make it a constant thing, at least once in a month or once in a week. We want to see how things will
It will definitely work.
we are just expecting maximum.
You're the comedian of the year.
People. Of course.
You have to spearhead it.
Yeah. Imagine my pastor made me new, so the church prays for me.
Wow.
So that
More
this fooling will, for a minute, I was like, God, people are praying for
the spirit
for
of
you
fooling.
to give them.
But as you were talking so passionately about comedy, I feel like there's going to be a time that parents will want their children to be comedians.
Whoever thought dancers would
I know, right?
would
we can even go to school to go and learn about comedy.
Yeah.
It's going to be possible.
Yeah. It's actually a whole therapy.
Yeah.
Which I think we are not paying at. Ghanaians are going through a lot. and even like that, we don't have too many reasons to
even
laugh.
Now we
like
are
genuinely, like people are angry. Like
now we are going through doom song.
Like I for one, I'm always angry.
And you don't have a timetable and we are being frustrated.
Even the weather has no timetable.
Yes.
Today it is raining. Tomorrow the weather is hot. Sometimes it will be raining and it will be hot at the same time.
Yeah. It's like the weather is partnering with doom
in
song.
2024 is a whole year on its own.
Yeah.
Like the heat,
It's
the
crazy.
rain,
It's
everything.
partnering with
It's crazy.
So bad.
It's crazy.
So bad.
Yeah.
So bad.
So, I mean, it's a good initiative that you're doing this and then unearthing a lot of new talents as well. I can't wait to see that comedy is going to
Will you give it a shot? We don't have too many females. No.
I'm not a
Comedy.
funny person. Me,
But
I'm
people learn to be funny.
Wow.
Maybe you don't.
then I can.
It pays. And at the end of the day, food should be put on the table.
I'll think about it.
Or if it won't work, let me ask.
Me?
Yeah.
I don't mind.
Yeah.
I don't mind to entertain people.
Imagine this face. You know?
Yeah.
Give it some.
I come and learn.
Yeah.
FWP, fooling with purpose.
Wow. DWP. Dance with Pepper.
Yeah, that's with the so FWP. So you know this thing that has been going on between S and F on your keyboard. What's there?
I have seen it. I don't know what is going on. I don't know. I feel like I'm too old. I've
You
lost.
feel it's a Gen Z-ish work.
I don't know. Like there's too many things going on in the world for me to think about what is in between.
What
two
is
letters. I'm not doing
what
this
is
kind
going
of
on?
thing between-
S and F.
S and F
On a keyboard.
on a keyboard.
But it's D.
I'm
So
coming.
why are people so confused? Why are people not getting it?
Ah.
Or the D stands for something.
So that's you know what? I mean, I
Okay.
don't know. I'm just saying it. You see, if you pick your keyboard, that's the answer.
That's the answer.
Wow. So let's say between A and D, what's the S?
But are we not supposed to find what's
So-
between our ties?
Oh.
Which ties?
Okay.
Yeah. So a full in April happens on the 26th of April, right? Lexi, don't be silly.
Why alphabet? We are too grown for alphabet. Let's do something mature people will do.
So just give us the location again, and then the day 26th, right?
Yep.
Yes. So give us
It's
the
at
location again.
Asylum Down, OG Plus. OG Plus. If you punch that into your Google map, it will directly bring you. And you can type Ocean Grill Plus.
Okay.
It will bring you to the venue. The rate is 50 Ghana cedis. It's very
Ghana cedis.
affordable.
Very,
We are
very.
selling tables for 1,000 cedis. A table that takes like 5 people max. We have 2,000 cedis. We have 3,000 cedis. We have 5,000 cedis. Still 5 people at a table. But the amount you pay determines what you have on your table. There will be food, there will be drinks, there will be enough humor.
Yeah.
Nobody will be going home to
Come and
say
chill.
like, "Oh, yo,
Yeah,
I didn't
come
get
and
it."
relax.
You beautiful ladies are coming, right?
Yes.
You guys
we'll
love
be
to
there.
come.
Yeah, we will come. Yeah.
Coming to you.
Hey, Lexi.
God will bless us.
So thank you very much for joining us. I'm sure this year is an amazing year for you.
Oh, it's been
looking
good.
at how
It's
you've
been-
started.
July,
so
July.
far.
I'm doing a comedy show on a boat.
Oh.
And the boat.
Yeah.
In Greece?
Prince. No, let's promote Ghana. Akosomo. There is a Dodi Princess.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So we are having a 4 to 5 hour tour on the river.
boat.
But some of us don't like what now.
You don't like water?
You don't like
but
water.
you drink. But it's highly protected.
Okay.
Details, I'll come in
You
when the
come
time. I
back,
want to
yeah.
finish with this one then.
All right. Thank you very
Thank you
much,
so much
Lexi.
for having me too.
I mean,
welcome.
award-winning
Yes,
comedian.
yes.
Comedian of the year. Thank you very much for joining us.